The birth of a republic. Main idea. The Romans created a republic and conquered Italy. By treating people fairly, they built Rome from a small city into a great power. The Etruscans ruled Rome for more than 100 years. Under the Etruscans, Rome became wealthy and powerful. However, the ruling family, called the Tarquins, grew more and more cruel. Finally, in 509 BC, the Romans rebelled. They overthrew the Tarquins and set up a republic. A republic is a form of government in which the leader is not a king or queen, but someone put in office by citizens with the right to vote. In a republic, the citizens have the power. The rise of the Roman Republic marked the beginning of a new chapter in Rome's history. At the time Rome became a republic, it was still a small city surrounded by enemies. Over the next 200 years, the Romans fought war after war against their neighbors. In 338 BC, they finally defeated the other Latins living nearby. Next, they attacked the Etruscans and defeated them in 284 BC. By 267 BC, the Romans had also conquered the Greeks in southern Italy. With this victory, the Romans became the masters of almost all of Italy. Why was Rome so strong? Rome was able to conquer Italy because the Romans were excellent soldiers. In the Republic's early days, every male citizen who owned land had to serve in the army. Discipline was harsh, and deserters were punished by death. The tough discipline helped mold Roman soldiers into fighters who did not give up easily. In addition, they were practical problem solvers. For example, Roman armies at first fought like Greek armies. Row upon row of soldiers marched shoulder to shoulder, keeping their shields together and holding long spears. Roman generals soon realized that this way of fighting was slow and hard to control. They reorganized their soldiers into smaller groups called legions. Each legion had about 6,000 men and was further divided into groups of 60 to 120 soldiers. These small groups could quickly cut through enemy lines. Roman soldiers or legionnaires were armed with a short sword called a gladius and a spear called a pilum. Each unit also carried its own standard, a tall pole topped with a symbol. In battle, standards helped keep units together because the soldiers could see them above the action. Shrewd rulers. The Romans were not only good fighters, but also smart planners. As they expanded throughout Italy, they built permanent military settlements in the areas they conquered. Then they built roads between these towns. These roads allowed troops to travel swiftly to any place in their growing territory. To rule their new conquests, the Romans created the Roman Confederation. Under this system, Romans gave full citizenship to some peoples, especially other Latins. They could vote and serve in the government, and they were treated the same as other citizens under the law. The Romans granted other peoples the status of allies. Allies were free to run their own local affairs, but they had to pay taxes to the Republic and provide soldiers for the army. The Romans made it clear that loyal allies could improve their position and even become Roman citizens. With these policies, the Romans proved themselves clever rulers. They knew that conquered peoples would be more loyal to the government if they were well treated. Rome's generosity paid off. As a result, the Republic grew stronger and more unified. All the same, Rome was not afraid to use force if necessary. If conquered peoples revolted against Roman rule, their resistance was swiftly put down. Reading check. Describe how did Rome rule its new conquests?